Jay Jones' violent texts continue to overshadow Virginia's gubernatorial race, leading Democrat hopeful Abigail Spanberger to lash out.
The fact that I say this with all due respect because, I think it's a fair thing for you to ask about, the fact that I have to spend even a moment's time talking about somebody else's text messages from years ago rather than what I want to do as governor is something that I am deeply unhappy about.
Well, so whose fault is that? Is it the media or is it Jay Jones' fault? Let's bring in Tomi Lahren, co-host of the Big Weekend Show, and Jose Aristimuño, former DNC deputy press secretary. I bet, Jose, she'd love to be talking about other things, but this is the way things go when you post texts like these. We've put them up on the screen so many times. Our viewers probably know them by now, but they were violent and they were threatening.
That's exactly right. They were violent, they were wrong, and they were un-American. And I believe and I know that Jay Jones will face the consequences, and the voters will speak up. But I do understand Abigail's point of view that this is a political scandal, political drama that it needs to be condemned, but the American people want to focus on the issues. How do we get our prices at the pump down? How do we get our prices at the grocery store down? How do we continue to secure our borders? So we need to go back to center politics. Democrat and Republicans want to actually talk to each other and have honest conversations. This sort of violent text that you just pointed out is happening way too often. This violent rhetoric is happening from both sides, and it needs to stop, and it needs to stop now.
Okay, Tomi, so Winsome Sears is tweeted back, replying to Spanberger in that video, saying, "Sorry you're unhappy, Abigail, but you're defending a man who fantasized about murdering kids. Life's tough. Being governor's tougher. Maybe this job isn't for you." I mean, she hasn't exactly distanced herself from this man.
Right. This is very simple. When you issue an endorsement, you are putting your name and your campaign behind somebody. So then if this person does something that you disagree with, something as horrible as the text messages that have been uncovered from Jay Jones, then the right thing to do would be to pull your endorsement if you don't want to be asked about it anymore. That's the simple part of this equation that Abigail does not want to factor in. And I would also add, these Democrats are always so miffed, so upset when journalists ask them tough questions. We saw the same thing with Katie Porter and that viral interview you're seeing with Abigail Spanberger. She's just so upset that she's being asked tough questions. And to Jose's point, I understand the American people care about affordability and many other things, but the American people also care about this culture of political violence. It's something that needs to be addressed. Abigail could quickly put this to bed if she would pull her endorsement. She has chosen not to do so, so she should expect she's going to be asked about this until Election Day.
Yeah, and it's tough to make the case that what's happening on energy isn't working, with gas now below $3 and oil prices down double digits, more than 20%. Jose, how much of a liability is this scandal going to pose, obviously, not only for Jones, but also for other Democrats running? This is the Wall Street Journal on Dem donations drying up and Dem donors sitting on the sidelines as party schism persists. At one point earlier this year, the DNC reached out to big donors to host a San Francisco area fundraiser headlined by former Vice President Kamala Harris. Most of the donors rejected the request, according to several people familiar with the conversations, upon receiving the invitation. One replied with a profanity-laced rejection. Others said that they didn't want to give it to the party until it produced substantive plans to win elections. Jose, how much are Democrats in trouble here?
Yeah, and look, and this is exactly right. I think the Democrats have lost their way. We need to go back to JFK politics, centered common sense, democratic issues. We are the party of the economy. If you look at the data since the Great Depression in the 1930s, most prosperous economic times have been under Democratic presidents. So we know how to run economies, but clearly we haven't been doing it lately. And we're thinking, worrying about pronouns instead of worrying about the economy, border security. So I think until we do not get our act together, donors, thousands of donors across the country are going to think twice before giving us money.
Well, I appreciate they haven't been doing it lately because we saw 40-year high inflation under the last presidency. Tomi, I'll give you a last thought here.
Yeah, the Democrat brand right now is toxic, so it's really no wonder that donors are running away. They're also probably pretty upset about this past election and all the money they poured into Kamala Harris. So I don't think that they're going to be raising money from mainstream donors anytime soon. They better stick to LGBTQ. That seems to be where the money's at for them.
Okay, appreciate you both joining us. Jose, Tommy, thank you.
Hey, Sean Hannity here. Hey, click here to subscribe to Fox News YouTube page and catch our hottest interviews and most compelling analysis. You will not get it anywhere else.